Hey guys, welcome back to Resin Bell. Today is the release of the SVG cut file to create all 4 of these awesome shelves. They are 1/6 scale, so you can use them for Barbie, Miniverse, any kind of 1/6 scale dolls or miniatures. So I created these to display Miniverse, but again, they are 1/6 scale, so they could be used for other display purposes. So first off, we have the Hello Kitty version, and I have some of my small things already on there, and each one does have a drawer and has lots of space. It's a nice big size drawer. Plenty of room for storage down there, so you can put like empty boxes or, you know, pamphlets, whatever you want to put in there. And then you have the 3 shelves. And this does have the little Hello Kitty inspired bows and cut out. Then we have one that's more of a gothic design, and that is for the Harry Potter series. And it has like a little lion pull on the front. Again, that's a drawer, same thing. Then we have kind of like a retro style armoire type shelf here, and I thought this one would be cute for like the happy hour Miniverse if you have some of those, or you can use it to display other things. You can make some cute little books to put on there. And then we have our kind of kitchen, retro kitchen style. And this is great, I think, for the Made from Scratch series, so I think that's going to be fun. And again, you can paint these any color you want. This one is just stained with acrylic paint, wiped on and then wiped off, or painted on and then wiped off. The rest of them are just painted with regular acrylic paint, and you get all 4 designs. It's all the same shelf system, and then there are 4 different fronts that you can choose from to create whichever of these shelves you want. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about that here in just a minute. I'm going to do the build video to show you how to put them together, and I'm going to link all of the files in the description box below. So hit that like button and that subscribe button, and let's get started. Okay guys, so let's get started building this shelf system. I have created a laser cut SVG file as well as an SVG that will work in Cricut Design Space if you want to go that route. And both of those are linked in the description box below. I am using Glowforge medium draft board to create mine and cutting them out on a Glowforge. So these are your pieces. We have one back piece, and that is the back of the shelf. Okay, we have these are our shelf pieces. There's 3 skinnier ones. There are 2 thicker ones. Now all of these will be the same width, but they'll be different depths. Then we have 2 side pieces. And then we'll have the pieces for the drawer. This is the back of the drawer, the bottom of the drawer, and the 2 sides of the drawer. Make sure that you're seeing that they are 2 different heights. The height and width are not the same, so that's going to come into play. So there are 4 different front facings for these sets. This one is kind of a vintage kitchen style. I thought it would be great for a bakery or birthday series or any of those. So this one is very important when you're putting it together. You have to make sure that the shelves line up with this facing. This is the only one that has a front facing for the shelves. So the placement of the shelves is very important. You must line them up before you glue your shelves in to fit that facing. The rest of them, you can put your shelves wherever you want to. And so here is the kind of vintage armoire type cabinet facing. It has 2 door pulls. Now keep in mind, if you're using the Cricut Design Space files, your drawer fronts will not have designs on the front because you don't have an engrave feature. Yours will just be plain. So this is the Gothic style for the Harry Potter series. And then it comes with the Hello Kitty inspired. And again, if you're using the Cricut Design Space, your drawer fronts will not have any designs on them. They'll just be the rectangle. But if you're using the laser file, then you will. So again, the shelves for these 3, you can put the shelves wherever you want. You can make them close together, far apart. You can put one shelf in. It is totally up to you to customize that however you want. The vintage kitchen one, you have to line them up with the front facing. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how to put your drawer together. So find the back of the drawer and it will be the same size as the front drawer piece. And those will go to the front and the back, and they are going to go on the outside edge of the bottom. They do not stack on top. Same with the sides. Put the sides in and the sides go between the front and the back. And you'll glue all of those pieces together. Okay, so now we're going to put together the back and the sides. The sides are going to sit on top of the back. I like to use some masking tape and glue. The wide shelf is going to line up with this center line here where the sides jut out, and the other wide piece is going to go in the bottom, and it's going to go between the sides. Now once you have the bottom 2 shelves and the sides and the back glued together, you'll glue in your top shelves. There are 2 center shelves, and then the third one is the top of the shelf. Yeah, so again, I like to use masking tape and glue to glue my pieces together. I don't make mine the way that other people do with like the tabs that snap together. And the reason for that is everybody uses different thicknesses of wood to create these, and this allows a lot more leeway. Also, I don't like the way the tabs look, so I prefer to put them together much like you would a dollhouse, where you put your glue down, you use your masking tape to hold your pieces together while the glue is drying. So that's my method, and I'm putting it together just like I showed you and talked about a little bit ago. So I am dry fitting my shelves, and then I'm just using a ruler to make sure they're kind of even and where I want them to be. You don't have to do this. You can just eyeball it and do it however you want. That's just something that I like to do. And I also use the side of the ruler to make sure that the shelf is level and straight with the rest of the cabinet. Again, the only exception to that is if you are doing the vintage kitchen style, and then you will use that front piece to show you where your shelves should go. Alright, so here I am about to glue on the front facing for this shelf system. I would recommend that you paint your front facing and your shelf system separately and then glue them together, because it can be a little bit of a pain to try to paint the inside of the shelves when the front facing piece, trim piece, is on. It creates a little bit of an overlap, so it's difficult to paint up in there. So I would recommend you painting them separately before putting them together. Okay, so here is my finished out, well, almost finished out, Hello Kitty shelf, and it does have this little pull out drawer so that you can store lots of stuff down in there. It's a nice size. And yeah, you can store all your Hello Kitty Miniverse. You can make a couple of shelves and really fill them up if you want. So this is the one that I designed for, like, this is just sitting here. I don't have it put together, but so you would start out with just the shelf, and then these, you can choose which one you want to cut out to which style you want, right? And then you glue that on the front. And then you have a drawer front that goes with it. So like this is another one here. Then you have the Hello Kitty, you have the Harry Potter or Halloween-ish one if you want. And you have kind of like a vintage kitchen bakery style. So I'll show you those here in just a second. That's what that one looks like. It's pretty cool. So that's what that one looks like. I thought this one would be cute with the happy hour series, or you could just use it for any of your bakes or anything, any kind of 6 scale designs. You could fill this up with like books. That would be really cute. But yeah, that's my idea for that one, was kind of like a, you know, your living room bar kind of a thing. So that's what that one looks like. So here's what this one looks like, and then it has this piece that glues onto the front right here to kind of give it kind of like an a lower kitchen cabinet with curtains kind of a vibe. But yeah, you could leave that off. You could put a handle, a button, something like that. If you don't like the curtains, you can flip that piece around so that you don't see it, and you could just put this on a blank piece. So that's why I did those in different pieces. So this is supposed to meant to look kind of like upper cabinets and lower cabinets, and then this would be your countertop area, right? So that's kind of like the idea behind that one. I think it would be really cute painted up like a little vintage bakery or something like that. Would look really cute with the birthday series, the baker series. So that is all 4. Now when you're putting these together, you can put the shelves at any height you want. For the 3, for the kitty one, this one, as well as the kind of gothic Harry Potter style, you can put those shelves anywhere you want. You could have 2 higher, you could have 2 lower, you could have them 2 close together in the middle. Like, you could put varying distances between your shelves. For this one, because it has the front facing all the way across, you have to put those 2 middle shelves in line with this front piece. So if you're using this one, when you're assembling your shelf, make sure that those are going in even. You can kind of lay this on top while you're installing those shelves and make sure you get them lined up. So that is a good tip for you guys. Now, when you're putting like these pieces that you're gluing to the fronts, make sure you paint those first. Paint them first and paint them separate. Paint your shelf system, then paint the trim pieces, and then glue the trim pieces on, because it will make your life so much easier than trying to paint up inside and up behind and stuff. So keep that in mind when you're putting these together. So all of these are in one file, and the link to that SVG file for you to cut your own is in the description box below. I will have a file ready for laser cut that has all of the pieces on one canvas, and then I will have another listing for a Cricut Design Space file, and that will have the pieces listed in a 12 by 12 square. So if they're in a 12 by 12 square, those are going to be locked into those squares and you won't be able to move the pieces around. The reason for that is because Cricut Design Space will sometimes automatically resize and rearrange your pieces if they aren't locked together. So you have to manually put in the size. And so that's why I have done it that way. But I will put more information about that in the listing. So be sure you check out the Cricut listing as well as the laser listing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I absolutely love how they turned out, and I'm super excited to be creating them and putting my collectibles on them. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye!